Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. With me, Intan Nur Fadilah, NIM 180531108. I'm student of Economic Education, Padang State University. I want to practice my learning media. Well, I hope you enjoy with my video. Let's start! In this video, we learn about monetary and fiscal policy. Well, for the first, we're gonna talk about monetary policy. We will learn about definition of monetary policy, types of monetary policy, instrument of monetary policy, the role of monetary policy. Let's get started. What is monetary policy? Monetary policy is the use of interest rates and change to the money supply to achieve relevant economic objective. Monetary policy, this is all connected really with interest rates. Next, types of monetary policy. There are two types of monetary policy. First, expansive monetary policy. Expansive monetary policy is a policy taken to increase the amount of money in circulation. The goal of expansionary monetary policy is to overcome unemployment and increase people's purchasing power. Second, contractive monetary policy. Contractive monetary policy is a monetary policy that is used to reduce the amount of money in circulation which can overcome inflation. This policy is also carried out in an effort to reduce the cost of inflation. This policy is also called the tight money policy. Next, instrument of monetary policy. There are some instruments in monetary policy. First, open market operations. Open market operations are activities to slow the rate of inflation by Bank Indonesia by way of buying and selling securities and bonds, such as Bank Indonesia certificate. Second, discount rates. This policy raises bank interest rates with the aim of reducing the circulation of currency. Third, a reserve requirement ratio. This instrument is the form of a Bank Indonesia policy to increase or decrease cash reserve of commercial bank with the aim of tackling both inflation and deflation. Fourth, selective credit policy. Selective credit policy, namely the policy of Bank Indonesia to determine the types of loans that must be reduced and added. Fifth, moral appeal. This instrument is a policy implemented by Bank Indonesia by providing advice through announcement, speeches, or suggestion in the mass media in the form of investigations or prohibition to withdraw saving loans or to release loans to the general public. Next, the role of monetary policy. There are some rules of monetary policy. The first is to maintain economic stability. When the country economic conditions are stable, under control, and running well, monetary policy must be able to keep these conditions sustainable. Stable also means the flow of money circulating in the market is the same as the flow of goods or service in society. Second is to maintain price stability. This means that policy must be able to stabilize the irregular increase and decrease in price. Third, increase job opportunities. With a balance of money in circulation and the amount of goods or service, entrepreneurs are expected to be more willing to invest. These investments can expand business and create jobs. Fourth, monetary policy also plays a role in improving the position of the trade balance and balance of payment. Alright, we go to the next material about fiscal policy. We will learn about definition of fiscal policy, type of fiscal policy, instrument of fiscal policy, and the role of fiscal policy. Definition of fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the use of government spending, taxation, and borrowing to achieve relevant economic objectives. The objective of fiscal policy is to create healthy economic growth. Next, types of fiscal policy. There are two types of fiscal policy. First, expansive. These types of policy is usually applied when a country experiences a recession or deflation that is serious enough to stimulate economic growth again. Through this policy, the government will reduce tax or spend large amount of money on goods. Second, contractional. In contrast to the previous types of policies, contractive policies are implemented to inhibit the rate of economic growth. It is said if this policy is implemented because the high rate of economic growth can benefit the country. However, this does not apply to countries that experience high inflation rates. Next, instrument of fiscal policy. There are some instruments in fiscal policy. First, balanced budget. Balanced expenditure budget refers to a budget that is adjusted to the circumstances or economic conditions. This is intended so that in the long term the budget can be balanced. In case of economic instability, the deficit budget will be used while the surplus budget will be used in times of inflation. Second, automatic budget stability. Automatic budget stability, namely the effects on government spending, must be useful and have relative cost of various program activities. Third, budget management. The means that the relationship between government spending and tax revenue is directly used to reduce economic instability by adjusting the budget. Fourth, functional financing. This financing refers to government spending that is regulated to avoid a direct impact on national income. Its main purpose is to increase employment opportunities. Next, the role of fiscal policy. There are some rules of fiscal policy. First, lowering the inflation rate. The reduction in inflation was accomplished through postponement or cancellation of government projects to reduce currency circulation. Next, increase gross domestic product. This is achieved by encouraging public production of goods and services by increasing expenditure or increasing government transfers. Next, reducing the unemployment rate. This task is fulfilled by carrying out state development projects so that the government can create new jobs to reduce employment. Next, increase people's income. This increase can be done by creating new efficiencies from project development and recruiting economic stability. Increasing stability in the midst of instability can be made to reduce the impact of international cyclical fluctuations. Next, welfare of